Hello, good morning, students. Today we will learn about the operations that can be performed on a list and do some program. The different operations that can be performed on a list are joining the list, replicating list, and slicing the list. Let us see how we will perform these operations one by one. Okay, list operations. First, we discuss about joining list. For joining two lists, we use plus operator. Suppose there is a list L1 have elements 1, 2, 3. Another list L2 having elements 4, 5, 6. Then when we give commands L1 plus N2, this will join these two lists, and resultant list will contain the elements of both lists. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can create a new list by joining two lists. How? We give commands L3 is equal to L1 plus L2. Then the resultant value of L1 plus L2 will store in L3. But it must be sure that L1 and L2 both should be a list. It means we can only create a new list by joining operation of list. L1, L2 both should be a list. Now let us see replicating list. For replicating list or duplicating list, we use star operator or asterisk operator. This operator we use in normal mathematics for multiplication. Let us see how. Suppose there is a list L1, earlier we have defined this one. L1 contain elements 1, 2, 3. When we give commands L1 into 2, it will return a list that contain 2 times the elements of L1. That is 1, 2, 3, again 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next operation is slicing the list. For slicing the list, we have 3 arguments. First, we should know what is meaning of slicing the list. By using slicing the list, we can derive a new list from an existing list. For slicing a list, we give 3 arguments: start, stop, and step. Step is optional. Optional, we may give or not give this argument. Suppose there is a list L, capital L, and we derive a new list by using slicing operation having name sequence SEQ here, and we give 2 arguments start and stop. It will return the elements of L from the index start up to the index 1 less than stop. Okay, let us see by an example. Suppose there is a list L having elements 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Then what will be index of elements? 8 have index 0, 10 have 1, 12 have 14, and 20 have index 6. Also, we can refer list elements by negative indexes. 20 can be referred by the index -1, 18 by -2, and 8 by index -7. When we give commands L1 sequence is equal to L2 to 6, it will start from index 2 and goes up to index 1 less than 6. It means 5. Index 2 is 20, 12, and goes up to the index goes up to the index 5 and 18. Okay. We can give steps. If we give step 2, it will return alternate elements. Alternate elements means index 2, then index 4, then index 6, but 6 is not applicable here. We can take up to only 5. So we will give only, we will find only 12 and 16. Okay. Also, we can use slicing for overwriting the list elements. How we can overwrite one or more list elements with one or more other elements. Let us see through an example. Suppose there is a list L1 contains elements 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. When we give commands L1 0 to 5 is equal to A, it means it will override the elements having index from 0 to 4 with A. It will replace all elements with all those elements with A. Then what will be the L1 value after this command? A, 12, 14. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to 10 it will be replaced through A and 12, 14. Again, if we overwrite with two arguments, with two values like this L1 0 to BC, it means the elements having index 0 will overwrite through B and elements having index 1 will overwrite through C. Then the resultant list will contain value B, C, and 14. Okay. Let us do one program. Earlier I have given you a program how to convert a decimal number into a binary number. I hope you have tried. Let us see the logic, how we apply logic and the code. Program to convert a decimal number to equivalent binary number. Suppose there is a number 53, then how we convert it? We divide 53 to 2 each times and accumulate the remainder. Okay. 53 divided by 2, 16, 26, and remainder 1, here remainder 0, remainder 1. When quotient is 0, then we stop here and write the remainders, all remainders in reverse order, and it will give the equivalent binary number, that is 110101. This is the logic. Let us see how we implement it in Python code. This is the program. We define a function decimal to binary and an argument, a decimal number n. Here is a string named bi. This is a loop, while loop, and each time we divide n with 2 and accumulate the remainder in this string. Okay, and after this we divide n by 2. This is a floor division. Floor division will truncate the remainder value. It means if we divide 5 with 2 with floor division, then it will truncate the one, and after this we get the value 2 only. Okay, then this function return the binary number. Here we enter a decimal number stored in the variable DEC and call this function. This function will return the equivalent binary number, and this binary number is printed on the screen. Okay, this loop will continue up to when n values is greater than 0. Understand? Let us run this program. When we run this program, this will give this message, enter a decimal number. Suppose we entered the number 53 and the binary value we get 110101. How simple this program. Okay. Hello student, I hope you enjoy today's learning. Okay, we will meet again. Have a nice day. Thank you.